Welcome to the Friday Morning Lights, Camera, Cleveland edition of Tennessee Valley. This morning, this is Rob Alderman. I'm the Hollywood Slinky, and this gentleman now is going to pick a topic. Ready? Go.
The Hunger Games! Better than the book?
I've not read the book, but I think because I've not read the book that it's going to be better than the book for me because I've got product or something I've not seen. I'm going to say that the thing I have seen is going to be better.
Here's what I think. I'm not ready for the slew of Facebook messages that are all going to be like, it's not as good as the book. It's not as good as the book. It's not as good as the book. Here's the deal, kiddies.
Uh-oh.
We already had this show. It was called The Running Man. Long before you had your angry books about children in society killing one another.
We had Richard Dawson and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's right. And this is ridiculous that this thing is that big when what we could do, The Running Man's pretty good. And the book is really good. So it's like, you want to read a book? Read The Running Man. You want to watch a movie? Watch The Running Man. I get it, okay? It's the new Harry Potter. We're all supposed to be really involved.
Do we think that? Is it the new Harry Potter?
Well, time will tell.
Was Breaking Dawn, is Twilight not the new Harry Potter?
No.
So is this not the new Twilight?
Oh, man, I have such a hard time comparing Twilight to Harry Potter. And I don't know why. Maybe it's like, Harry Potter's great and I'm not a geek if I like it, but Twilight, I am a geek if I like it. I don't know what it is. I can't get behind the Twilight thing. That's always really freaked me out. The Hunger Games looks like it'd be okay. That's what it looks like. It'd be okay. If we're okay about a story about 12 to 15-year-olds that all have to kill each other in a stadium. And they do.
Right.
And that's what they're going to do for 3 whole movies. Are we all right with that?
I don't know. I think only time will tell.
I don't know. We were all right with Dr. Dolittle Part 3.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know what? I've prepared a special montage in preparation of the Hunger Games. It's called the opening credits to Tennessee Valley this morning. Roll it. Now. We're back.
And we're back. You're watching Tennessee Valley this morning. I'm Rob Alderman. With me, as always, my stalwart traveling companion, the Hollywood Slinky. And Slinky, it's time for
The Big News!
Indeed it is. Let me tell you a little something about the big news. The big news is taken straight from that most trusted news source. The place where you can never go wrong.
Oh, the USA Today.
I'm talking about the Cleveland Daily Banner.
Oh.
So, in the Cleveland Daily Banner.
Wow. Hook a brother up, as we say on the South Side.
Bachman receives gifts of 50 Kindles from Amazon. Bachman Academy students have a new way of learning after Amazon.com donates 50 Kindle Touch electronic readers to the private school Wednesday morning. Headmaster Mark Frizzell said during a short ceremony that, like most private schools, the list of needs at Bachman Academy is long and resources are short. When Amazon called and said they were presenting us this gift, we were just thrilled. It's an incredible, incredible moment for us. The donation included a $1,500 gift certificate for content to be added to the electronic readers.
Well, you know that this is a big story because he said incredible twice. And that's really the hallmark of
when I'm
an
looking at a
incredible
story. When I'm looking at an incredible story.
Is this story incredible? Well, do they say it twice?
I think that what's incredible about this story is that anybody would get that psyched about a Kindle. I've got an iPad, folks. It's awesome. And, no offense to our folks at Amazon, but they sell a lot of things. You can get an iPad on Amazon.
So you're suggesting that maybe this story is uncredible.
What this story should have read, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Bachman receives gifts of 50 iPads from Amazon. Come on, lay your pride down. You've lost this war. I mean, right?
Sure. All right. Well, in
they're the biggest employer in the town. You can't make fun of them. Yes, Yes, we can.
We're coming for you next, Whirlpool.
That's right. That's right, Whirlpool. Coca-Cola.
Well, this is kind of fun news. Fox News' Ed Henry reported over Twitter today.
Nothing's kind of fun news.
This is kind of fun. President Obama was in Cushing, Oklahoma, and he was hanging out with the crowd after he made his speech, and a woman came up and said, "Hey, I was born at the same hospital in Hawaii that you were." And the president jokingly responded with a smile, "Do you have your birth certificate?"
Oh, POTUS,
you are so wacky and clever.
You crazy, wacky POTUS.
Right now, the Secret Service is like, Rob Alderman, Ryan Sully.
They're like making this. They're like, made fun of Amazon?
Check.
Made fun of POTUS? Check.
not
Here's the
looking good
thing.
for us.
We can go easy. We can laugh, on the POTUS right
Sure.
now. Because as long as the GOP stays this messed up the way they're doing with one another, it's easy for him.
Well, in
so
related
he needs somebody
news-
to dig at him a little.
In related news, GOP still has no clear POTUS candidate.
I want to make certain on something. Yeah, we're into our national news now. And let me say this. GOP still has no clear POTUS. Here's the deal. This was our first story. What I'm hoping.
I want to be able to report this every show.
I'm hoping,
forever.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we never actually have to take this off of our agenda.
There are food
and that we could
crumbs
just
all over the desk. It's
I know.
disgusting.
My arms keep picking.
What is this?
I would like to know, camera one.
When
we go to break, we would like to know what happened in this.
Was there a
general area.
smorgasbord episode?
This is disgusting.
I don't know.
Anyway, no, the
I know
GOP,
it wasn't Joe Palo's
listen,
food because that man no longer eats.
The
Have you seen him?
GOP has no clear POTUS candidate. In other news, and this is the one that's actually important, Peyton Manning to the Broncos, like we reported, and Tebow, though, this is the big one. Tim Tebow to the Jets. Now, here's what I'm going to say, since I'm our sports guy. You ready?
And you are in Vols Orange.
Yes, I am. Obviously, anybody's happy to get Manning. We know this. We already know this. We had Manning on our show.
I don't know that the
this.
Jets quarterback previously is happy that they
Well,
have Tebow.
here's what I was going to say. Is the Jets, so you don't know this, Slinky. Slinky tries to stay out of the sports arena. Not entirely, but a little. You know, you enjoy the Super Bowl. You are human. But the fact is that going to the Jets is like quarterback death. When you go to the Jets, they haven't actually had a quarterback since Namath that's like stuck around and done anything. Do you think? Yeah, no, I'm right. Yeah, he's like, we can't do anything to make this guy happy. I'm not going to tell you who he is because he'll be a
we have
guest
this crazy
later.
huge studio audience today.
Anyway, but the fact is that going to the Jets is awful because when you go to the Jets as a quarterback, what happens is you get tackled a lot. You don't actually get to learn to throw the ball because they don't try to protect the quarterback. So if I'm Tim Tebow right now, I'm seriously considering that. Remember when he was trying to decide if he's going to be a missionary or quarterback? I think God might be sending a very clear message. There's pizza sauce all over too. Somebody was actually eating pizza up here. And in the last bit of our national news, Snooki is still pregnant.
That's right. But we do have one more important piece of news to cover.
This is super important.
And that has just broke yesterday afternoon because this currently, of course, is really early Friday morning.
Yeah.
Is that Crystal has been sold to an Atlanta investment group called some Argon something.
Yeah, Argon Capital
Does it
Group.
really matter who owns crystals?
Well, I think it does. I think it does.
I
what
don't
if they
know
start
that it
making
does.
the buns juicy?
What if they decide maybe they need to be more like the original White Castle and stop putting mustard on those things?
That's what I'm saying. What if people may riot over this? Why this is important, though, is they're headquartered right down the road here in Chattanooga.
I'm glad you mentioned that because we actually have an in-depth field reporter, a journalist, a hard-nosed, hard-hitting journalist, if you will.
That's what I heard.
He is there right now, reporting live for us. So right now we go live to Chattanooga's Crystal's headquarters to speak with field reporter, the Burger King.
The Burger King, welcome to our show.
Hot fries, hot fries.
Burger King, tell me, you are the king of burgers, is that correct?
Yes, I am. My kingdom is full of burgers.
Well, when you're looking at your kingdom full of burgers, Burger
He's
King.
really close to me.
Yes, this is right up on you. Burger King. My physique probably tells you that I have frequented your establishment. But I'm going to assume you know a lot about burgers. Okay? What is this purchase going to do to Krystals that we all know and love? What's going to happen to the Krystal Company?
Hopefully make more people eat my burgers.
And what is your burger?
The Whopper.
Right. So
Does anybody actually eat the Whopper?
my
I'll
wife.
say this, not in Cleveland. When I drive by the Cleveland Burger King, empty. All the time. All the time.
That's the outskirts of my kingdom.
Listen, Burger King, I'm not going to lie to you. You want to know why I eat at Burger King? I eat at Burger King because no one else is ever there and I can get through the... Plus, I like to be able to say, substitute
That's
the french
fast
fries.
service. See? We have fast service.
I want to substitute it for onion rings. And Burger King does have onion rings.
Good onion rings. That sauce is good too.
Burger King, Chattanooga's headquarters for Krystals has 700 corporate employees, and you guys have 6,000 employees across the U.S. In 360 restaurants in 11 states. Is this purchase going to affect any of those associates?
Yes, I would say so.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Well, hopefully they can come over to my kingdom and be employed there.
You have totally supersized our show.
Thank you, Burger King.
You're welcome. Hot fries.
You know what? I think we need to spend some time discussing our field reporters. Oh, we got a great show coming up. That's the end of the big news,
We've
is it?
got,
Oh, wait, know this.
Oh, yeah, we do have big news.
Camera one, we're about to do this
We're
thing.
about to read your post-it note,
So,
Camera One.
Camera One
Graphics
says-
prepared.
Camera one says that the North Side Craft Fair and Bake Sale
Look at that.
is going to take place Saturday, March 31st from 1 to 5 p.m.
At the Northside Presbyterian Church, which is at 4450 North Ocoee Street.
And this is going to be a fundraiser for the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
That's
so
right.
that's important stuff.
Admission is free.
Get out there, get some crafts, get some baked goods, fight muscular dystrophy. That's a good cause all the way around.
That's right. We have one other announcement to make. Boogie at the Barn and the Armed Forces Day celebration. This is a fundraising event to raise money for the Southeast Tennessee Veterans Home that's going to be built here in Cleveland. A lot of people have misheard that the funding has fallen through, but nay, says this flyer.
Because this flyer is legit.
They are right on course to raise money to build this thing, but they still need you to help finish raising it.
Well, and here's the deal.
Tell me the deal.
Well, they've been talking about this thing for like 5 years,
And
right?
now we're talking about
But what's
it.
interesting is now we got to raise our money for our veterans home.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get this thing done. The gates open at 12 and features these bands:
These are musicians.
Hard Boiled, Dexter Thomas, and then at 7 o'clock that evening, the Collins Brothers, because one of the things that we've learned is that you can't actually have any function in town without having the Collins Brothers.
Sure. Also, Confederate Railroad is
Yeah,
going to be
well,
there.
that's the weirdest part is it doesn't say when Confederate Railroad plays, but I
They're
guess
the
that's
they're the
when the
headliner.
Collins Brothers are done tearing up the stage. That's when this happens. So Boogie at the Barn.
Pre-sale tickets are $15. It's $20 at the gate. That's out at Pappy's Place on Saturday, May 19th of 2012.
We don't. By the way, we don't have any more to tell you about that. I don't know where Pappy's Place is.
You can go to www.boogieatthebarn.com. That's boogie, Boogie, like the kind that comes from your nose. This is Tennessee Valley This Morning. We're going to be right back with David Orr, who's going to tell us all about bicycles and his fun event that's going on this weekend. Don't go away.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Be caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Hyperbaric Services of East Tennessee is now open in Cleveland. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is an incredible treatment, clinically tested for a variety of physical and neurologic conditions, including autism, migraine headaches, even sprains and injuries. It is a simple, safe, and painless process that raises a patient's oxygen level, providing an array of health benefits. So whether you're dealing with a weekend sports injury, chronic condition, or looking for anti-aging, you owe it to yourself to explore what Hyperbaric Services can do for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what 2 of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, took about 25, 30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
It's a very simple process, and it's well worth it.
And we're back. Welcome to Tennessee Valley This Morning. And we are being joined now by David Orr. David is from the Cleveland Utilities, but that's not why he's here. But he does work at Cleveland Utilities. Now, before we get into why he's really here, Rob, you have some air you need to have cleared with the gentleman.
Well, you know what? When we had our last guy from Cleveland Utilities on here, I'm trying to remember his name. Do you remember it? He's a good guy. He's like the man in charge guy.
Yeah.
You know, his
name was Dean.
That's right. Dean Watson.
Yes, sir.
That's right. When we had Dean Watson on, my good friend, Dean.
My good friend, whose
here.
name escapes
Yes,
me.
say that clearly first. He's your friend.
Yeah, he's my dear friend.
Dear friend, okay.
My dear friend, Dean Watson. I asked him, because it's rare that we get to be next to, well, first of all, how long have you been with Cleveland Utilities?
31 years.
Look at that! You see what I'm saying?
Bam!
We did the wrong thing. Look, I need to tell you something. You know, this is like finding a unicorn or a Sasquatch. Like finding somebody who's been at the same business 31 years. You know that doesn't exist to anybody under the age of 40.
Oh, I know, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because companies do these weird things we call layoffs now.
Right.
You know, people go away and they come back, you know, and they say that the average person our age is going to have like 10 or 12 jobs in their lifetime. Mm-hmm. But because you've been there so long, we know that you live in a vast palatial estate with many fountains and pools.
Your
and
library
servants.
smells of rich
Right.
mahogany.
And so we know.
Man, it's been so long since I've been there.
You're right.
Can you tell me
Because
where it's at? I'll have to go back.
You spend a lot of time at your summer home. But the thing is, I asked him, and I'm going to ask you the same thing. When I see you Cleveland Utilities guys out, you're all so very manly. So I want to know, did you get into Cleveland Utilities because of, number one, the fat cash, number two, your awesome tan, or number three, your great boots? Those are the three big-time things that I see. Everybody who works at Cleveland Utility has a cool tan. I know they make fat cash because they've been there
I have
like
a tan?
55 years,
I have
and
a
they wear
tan?
great boots.
Well, I don't have on boots. I'm sorry.
No,
You
but
do have on a monogram shirt. And
I'm sure you own great boots.
Yeah, but you own some great boots.
No, I
So-
don't need great boots because I work in the office. So I don't have to wear boots.
Yeah, but when you started, you
Are
didn't
you
work
like the
in
guy
office.
that Dean is like? Dean is sort of like, well, if I was in that office and the air conditioning, is that the?
No, I'm not that kind of guy. You know, I'm.
Did you
No
start,
one wants to
Did
admit
you start
that
as a
you're that kind of
lineman or something? Or
No, I started as an energy advisor. at that time when I went to interview, matter of fact, at the time I went to interview, there was interviewing for meter readers. And there was 450 something applied for that meter reading job. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to get this. But a few days later, they called me back and said, we don't want you as a meter reader, we want you as an energy advisor. I said, great. So they brought me on board and sent me to school and learned everything I could about energy advising. And
Wow.
This is a mystical America.
I know.
That I hear about.
It doesn't happen.
Did you hear what he just said? They said, we want you to do this job, and then they trained me to do it.
Yeah.
What is that like?
Ooh, test me.
Man.
Okay, well, let's talk about.
Well, hang on. But before we change the subject,
Well,
let's just
obviously
very
for the
quickly.
fact
How long is this show?
We got plenty of time. Let's just
Okay.
say kudos to Cleveland Utility for having so many people who have been there for so long.
That's true.
That's a testament to our community, and we say thank you. And in honor of that,
Yeah.
my friend Rob is now going to do the Cleveland Utilities dance.
That's true. I did it last week.
Okay. Is there room up here?
Oh, yeah.
There is.
Okay.
His head will be a little cut off, but
Yeah,
that's
all right. My head's going to be up here, but are you ready? It's like this. Cleveland Utilities. Come on. Cleveland Utilities.
I'm in.
Cleveland Utilities. Cleveland Utilities. Anyway, that's how that goes. But
Yeah, it's very good.
I've got a
It's very
vision.
nice.
I've got a vision. Are you ready?
I think it's going to be a #1 hit,
Oh, you have no
We
idea.
are going to.
especially on country.
We're going to
It's
get.
going to be bigger than the Collins Brothers.
I'm not going to stop until the Collins Brothers write a Cleveland Utilities song.
Or cover it.
Cover it. Yeah. Collins Brothers, I know you watch. I know you watch
we
everybody.
invite you to come cover the Cleveland
I want
Utilities
the
song.
Collins Brothers to come on. You guys are going to cover the Cleveland Utilities song. And I'm not going to rest until who is the president of Cleveland Utilities?
Tom Wheeler?
Well, we don't have a president, we have a general manager.
Okay, who's the
Tom
That's
Wheeler.
Tom Wheeler. Okay. Until he comes on this show.
It does the
And he does. I'm going to continue to do this dance until he comes on the show and he does the Cleveland Utilities.
The
dance.
gauntlet has been thrown down, Mr. Wheeler.
Collins Brothers, Mr. Wheeler. Let's make Cleveland Utilities dance the thing.
All right, well, let's talk
about this thing.
Let's talk about this flyer right here, which is blank on the side. I'm showing the camera. This
That's
is
like
the,
a Sir Dan Howell right
I know.
there.
This is the
I feel like Dan Howell when I have no.
This is the Get a Grip Bicycle Show Swap Meet and Drags.
Heck yes.
Now this is tomorrow.
This
Tomorrow,
thing looks
yes,
so
it's
tough. I wish
tomorrow,
you guys
and,
could see the detail on this poster.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about this?
All right, something that's really been getting stronger over the past few years is bicycle collecting. Not only bicycle collecting, but also building bicycles from scratch, building custom bicycles. One of the best websites you can get on is ratrodbikes.com. On that site, you can see people restoring antique bikes. You can see people building custom bikes from scratch. You can see them building custom bikes out of old bicycles. It's real popular. It really started, I mean, of course, people's been collecting bicycles for years.
Sure.
But just back in the early 2000s, late 1990s, people started getting into custom bicycles, and the popularity has been getting back on it again. And right now, it's real popular, and bicycle shows are popping up everywhere. And I knew Cleveland never had one as per se, and so I wanted to have a bicycle show. So we're doing that tomorrow at George R. Stewart School. We're expecting a big turnout. I've been advertising this like crazy. I've had calls from over 7 states. People saying they're coming tomorrow for our show. So if it's going to be a family event where you bring your kids, because kids love bicycles, and of course a lot of adults ride bicycles now.
Right.
And so there'll be everything there, from BMX bikes to custom bikes to antique bikes. You name it, it'll be there. There'll be stuff for sale. A lot of people are bringing like old stuff, swap meet stuff to sell. Parts, like if you're needing a certain part for maybe a bike that you're restoring, it could possibly be there at the swap meet. It's just going to be a full day of bicycles. We're having a drag race as well. If you remember when you was a child, you and your neighbor would line up beside your mailbox. Hey, let's race to your mailbox. And you'd race, say, 75 to 100 feet, and who crossed the other line first won. Watch what we're going to do there. We're going to have a 75-foot course. And it's going to be heads-up drag racing, where you just power off side by side, take off, go. Whoever gets to the other end wins. And
Now, what happens if if I'm racing in one of the drags and then like an 8-year-old wants to drag? Are we going to drag? Because that seems unfair. He's going to whoop me.
Well, there's going to be 3 age groups. There's going to be under 12, which is 11 and under. Then there's going to be 12 through 29. Then there's going to be 30 and up. So there's 3 age groups. So both of you could, get in that middle group there.
Sure.
Right. That's
Yeah,
right.
get in that middle group there, and that way you'd be competing somebody about your own age.
Right.
And then we'll have the best drag of the day, and that's where you'll have the winner from all 3 categories. They'll pair off at the end and
Now, does it cost to participate in the drag?
Cost $1.
Oh,
Just
that's-
cost $1 to
well,
drag.
that's nothing.
How'd this happen? How'd this come about?
Well,
This is the first?
this is the
this
first
is-
in Cleveland.
this isn't
Yes,
like it's happened
This
before.
never not happened before in Cleveland, no.
And it says a toy soldier presentation
Yes,
on here. So what? Tell us, how did this? What?
Okay, well, I've been into bicycles for quite some time. I built my first custom bicycle back in the year of 2007. It's called Chopsicle. It's a 3-wheel. I'll have it that day at the show. I've been very successful with that bicycle. I had a lot of notoriety from that bicycle. So last year I built another bicycle. It's called Tubsicle. As a matter of fact, I was very lucky to have it featured in a magazine this month. This is the current issue of Old School Rods magazine. If you look at the bottom, page 91, I think you saw that bike last month.
I
when
did
was
see
here.
this bike.
Check that out. Yeah,
And,
you were on a couple weeks ago with
yeah.
Alan Mency, and by the way, my apologies for you having to be on with Alan Mency.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's
But anyway,
all right.
so the popularity of bike shows is just gaining.
So this,
tremendous.
your bike was at an event called the Redneck Rumble.
Redneck Rumble, yeah, right up your alley, right?
That's
Redneck
tough.
Rumble.
Yeah, it is. This whole thing, look, Coker tires on here. Look at this thing. Are there a lot of women like this at these events? Because our people
could
would want
be.
to know. You can't. This is a lot of tiger
the tiger
skin,
pants.
a lot of tiger, a lot of tattoos. She looks
And a
kinda
lot of
like-
surgery.
Yeah, right. There you go. I was trying to think of how we were about to navigate that. But this thing. So this is your brainchild.
Yeah, this is.
It's not. This is built out of your love of bicycles.
And now, if I had, let's say I had a fancy bike I wanted to enter, it's $2 to enter a bike in the show. And then if I wanted to come participate in the swap meet, if I had stuff I wanted to swap, what's that
It's
cost?
$5 for a 10x10 spot. So everything's really inexpensive, and I did the first one this way. Now the next year I'll go up a little bit because when I go to bike shows, they're about twice what I'm charging. But I wanted to get everybody here because George R. Stewart's such a great venue. We're right there next to the Bike and Walk Greenway. It's right there on Key Street, the main drag. George R. Stewart School has a big, huge playground. It's a perfect place. So once I get everybody here, they'll realize what the venue is, and they'll be wanting to come back next
come
year.
back.
Yeah, that's a great. I live in the neighborhood across from there, right at the
Okay.
Greenway, right by Arnold School, and
Yeah.
we go over there sometimes to that playground. My kids like to hit every playground in Cleveland. So
Right.
So where's
we
this
over
money
there.
go?
Goes to the American Cancer Society. I'm highly involved with the American Cancer Society, and so all the profits we receive, all the proceeds we receive that day go to the American Cancer Society.
So if folks hate cancer and love bikes, this is the event for them.
Right, and we're giving away a bike, as you see right here
Yeah,
in front of us here.
I'm gonna pull this. This bike's kind of in the dark.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Oh my gosh. This bike is old, and so it weighs 100 pounds.
It's
cool.
It's
Bike-
a mid-60s space
Bikes
liner.
don't weigh anything anymore. Have you
Yeah.
picked this thing up? It's heavy.
No, I saw you.
So,
It's
I
a mid-60s
trust.
space liner, and this will be given away Saturday. So if you
and this has been partially restored.
partially restored,
So we've
So
repainted
these
it.
things at some point turn lights on.
turn lights on as
the
a
front
horn.
of this.
I do not have them wired now, but whoever wins this can take the time to wire those up. All the wiring is still there, the battery box is still in there, and the horn's still in there.
We have a horn on this show. We used to,
Yeah.
called the Whitney horn.
Oh,
And
It'll return. It got left
anyway,
somewhere
the
at some
Whitney
point.
horn, and I was just thinking how cool this bike would be
With a Whitney
with
horn
a
mounted?
Whitney horn.
Yeah.
Yeah. We blow that horn when somebody's out of line.
okay.
But I was thinking it'd be cool to have a Whitney horn on this bike.
Yeah.
It would, that's what the Whitney horn sounds like.
This is a nice bike. And what's it take? What's it take to win this bike?
What we're going to do is we're going to have a People's Choice Trophy Saturday. We're giving away for the People's Choice bicycle there. So if you want to vote for your favorite bicycle, you'd spend $1. It costs $1 to vote, and you'd vote for your favorite bicycle. On that ticket, I'm going to ask you to put your name and phone number. And so all the tickets that go in the box, and we'll tally those up to see which is the favorite bicycle of the day. Then at the end of the day, I'm going to draw a ticket out of there, and it'll have your name and number on it. And I'll say, hey, look, Ryan, you won. Or
Right.
whatever.
I'm coming to this
So
mess.
if you're entering a bike, you could win a trophy, and if you're just showing up to look at the bikes, you could win a
You
bike.
could ride a bicycle, yeah.
And then you could rewire this thing, mount a Whitney horn, and take it next year, and maybe
I have
win
a
a trophy.
question.
then.
I've got a question
Yeah,
about
go ahead.
all this. We got a few minutes here.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
Yes.
That's incredible, comma. incredible.
Kind of like your other incredible moment.
Yeah. Tell me this
Hot
thing
fries.
here. It's coming back, y'all. There's only 4 people in this town who know what I mean by that. It's coming back. Here's the deal. Something like this. You said you've been into this for a bit. Now, your
I'm
tub
so
bike
sorry
was
to
so
say
cool.
I know.
You're one of the
I'm
4.
one of
You're
the
one of the
4.
4. Here's the deal. This bike is clearly cool. Where do you find this thing to restore? Where'd you get this bike?
Okay, I went to a bicycle show roughly 3 weeks ago over in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And a gentleman had the bicycle there. It was all original, and I bought it from him. And then I proceeded in the last 2 weeks of putting it all back
Do
together.
you mind if can I ask, I don't want to be inappropriate, but because
Right.
this is really fascinating me now, what did it cost before you restored it? What did you get this thing for?
I bought the bike for $75. Okay.
That's not bad.
So I take it home and completely disassembled it, started cleaning everything on the bike that I could salvage. Once I did, I went and had a James Garner at a McDonald paint it. James Garner's a body shop man. I had James Garner down in McDonald, Tennessee, paint it for me. He painted it orange and black, Harley Davidson colors. I did that on purpose. And then once I did that, I bought brand new wheels. These are 72 spoke
These
wheels.
things are awesome looking.
Yeah. When they spin, they sparkle.
This
tremendously.
wheel just screams at me, get a baseball card, you know, and stick it in there. so this
Everything
thing
about
clicks.
this thing is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
makes I thought my bike was awesome, and now my bike's not awesome anymore.
The wheels alone cost me $130. I got those from a guy on eBay called Cruising the Lowlife. And then I had to buy new tires, and then everything else was cleaned up, put back together. So somebody could even take this further than what I did.
So right now, this bike is probably easily $350.
Yeah, I've got about
in
$350
value.
in it right now, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's probably worth more than that.
And you
because
could
that's
have
just
it-
what you've got
You
in
could
it.
have it for $1.
Yeah, you could have it for $1.
For coming to this event and
And
voting.
supporting getting rid of cancer.
Or if you really wanted a good chance at it, you could vote 20 times and you have 20 chances to win.
That's right.
And that puts cancer that much closer to
Yeah.
being gone.
Right.
Yeah, this is good stuff right here.
We're in favor.
Yeah, I'm into this. I liked the tub bike last week. I like this bike this week. Do you have other bikes?
Oh, yes, I have. That's unfortunately, yes, I've got quite a few bikes.
This is
yeah.
why you don't have a palatial estate.
So you're a bicycle.
You know, but you did. I was right about the fat cash. That's why he got uncomfortable and he deflected. So I don't have a palatial estate. Yes, I have 500 bikes. You see what I'm saying? And so now we know
You'll
the answer
see.
to my question: why you got into Cleveland Utilities was the fat cash. Yeah, we see now.
You'll see. I'll have most of my bikes there Saturday.
Yeah.
I've got another chopper bicycle that was built by Rain City Choppers in Washington State. They made 1,000 of these chopper bicycles. It's belt drive just like a Harley Davidson, and it's real cool. I'll bring it. I'll bring some other stuff. But
How many bikes are you expecting?
if everybody comes, it tells me they're coming. I won't be able to park them all. I mean, I won't be able to.
I can't bring my bike. It's boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But my kid, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming
Well,
to
guys,
this.
if you want to come to this, it's at George R. Stewart School. That's at 802 20th Street here in Cleveland. It's tomorrow, 10 a.m. to noon is the setup, and the show itself is 12 noon to 3 p.m. And at 3 o'clock, you're doing all the
Doing the
awards,
awards, yes.
and you'll do the drawings. And,
Yeah, do the drawings.
It's Riley's birthday tomorrow. It's my littlest one's birthday, and so
Okay.
he's been wondering what kind of fun, cool thing he can do. And
Well, maybe
now
it's time to check out the bike
That's what I was
show.
going to say. I think we know what we're going to do
Yeah.
for the birthday. We're going to fight some cancer, and
We'll have T-shirts for sale too. That's what the T-shirt looks
Awesome.
like.
What is
It's
on the
just-
back of that?
It's just same thing. It's on the flyer. It's the same thing. It's on the flyer.
It's
Yeah,
a
but no,
very
you've
kind
got
of a
something
tough.
small on. Maybe I guess it's the front. What's
The
on
front
the
look like it's.
That's my
Scott's.
sponsor, Scott's Bicycle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Scott's all right. Yeah, keeping it local.
Yeah.
So, this is kind of a, I don't know, this whole subculture bike thing. I have a thing for subcultures. It's true. I'm very interested in them, as we've talked about on the podcast. And so I never knew this existed.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, listen, before we go, we've got one more thing that we always do,
Absolutely.
and that is
I'm worried.
we've got
Hot fries. Hot fries. Is that the answer? Hot fries.
This is happening right now. You're watching it take
telling
up. Years later.
I just want to point out, though, that you can only have one sauce packet for your nuggets. Any additional sauce packets will cost 25 cents.
Well, that's cheaper than the place I was at today. It was 50 cents for extra
There-
one. So
well,
it was,
I
I
know
am-
where you were.
You know, much like this bike show, I am undercharging. So, all right. Well, here's the deal.
Free plugs.
We believe that everything you need to know about a person you can find out by asking 4 questions. So it's time to get to know you. You ready, bud?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Number 1 question is, what movie do you think is the greatest movie ever made?
The greatest movie ever made would have to be The Passion.
All right. What movie is your favorite movie ever made?
Let's say not one movie, but series, Fast and the Furious.
All right. All like 12 of them?
Yeah, or how many they are. I
How do you feel about Tokyo Drift? A lot of people kind of get lost in where
I like Tokyo Drift.
Did you?
I like Tokyo Drift. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, what movie have you seen more times than any other?
Fast and Furious.
The original.
Yes.
All right.
That's the best one.
Sure.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, it's
I've
hard.
heard, but you know the very last one.
Yeah, it's good too. It's good too.
Yes, the last one was good too. Yeah.
All right, and
even though The Rock he's not a very good actor. I mean, he does okay.
The Rock is The Rock.
The Rock's The Rock. He's a wrestler. I mean, you know.
Right. All right. So the last question then is, what do you think is the funniest movie of all time?
I can't think of the name of it, but Steve Martin played in it, and he pretended to be a preacher in Louisiana. Did you ever see that movie?
Wow.
Yes.
Steve Martin as a
What
preacher.
was that movie?
And he becomes a big famous television.
Oh yeah, television evangelist.
And he's miracle curing Lucas Haas.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the name of that movie? It's
What is
hilarious.
the name?
I don't know, but we'll say it in the preview review.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
We're going to Google-ize it during the break.
I was surprised that E.T. was not on your list.
Well, yeah.
Because
yeah,
E.T.
I was out there, but you know.
Because E.T. has a magic bicycle.
He does.
That flies.
He does. He rides off.
And I thought with all of this vintage bike thing that maybe E.T. was going to get in there.
Well, Mary Poppins had one too, didn't she? Didn't she have a bicycle she rode off with her umbrella?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, but she had an umbrella.
Plus,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, she had an umbrella.
Well,
I mean,
listen,
really?
That's all the time we have for this section.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's
checking.
awesome. The bike is awesome.
Thank
the
you.
cause is awesome.
Thank you.
It's awesome that you've been at your job 31 years. But I didn't realize this was going to be such a huge ball of awesome coming on the show today. I didn't see. You know what? Sometimes something's a diamond in the rough. You were on here last week with Mincy. I saw your tub bike. Remember I helped you open
Yeah,
the door.
you helped me.
Seeing him try to get out the door with the tub bike was excellent. And I was like, oh, all right, I'm going to go help this guy out with the tub bike.
I could tell you didn't want to.
I'd seen you, well, because I'd seen you at the Cancer Society stuff before. So, it's not our first time meeting, but, I thought, this was okay, but he was Mincy's guest. How good could it be?
Right. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had no idea. So every once in a while, let this be a lesson to you kids.
Maybe Mincy knows
Yeah.
something.
Did you find out the name of that
I
movie?
did, and let me just go to break by just saying Leap of Faith.
Leap of Faith.
Leap of faith. Okay.
We'll be right back on Tennessee Valley this morning. Don't go away.
Hot fries!
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Get caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson. Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what 2 of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much, and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, took about 25, 30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
Very simple process, and it's well worth it.
Hello, I'm Dr. Gupta, and I'd like to introduce you to a valuable new healthcare solution here in Cleveland. Hyperbaric Services of East Tennessee is now open and accepting patients. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is an incredible treatment clinically tested for a variety of physical and neurologic conditions, including autism, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, migraine headaches, chronic fatigue syndrome, and even sports injuries and sprains. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is a simple, safe, and painless process that raises a patient's oxygen level in the body. This increased oxygen level in our tissues and organs boosts the body's natural healing abilities and allows our bodies to function at a higher level. We will be happy to work in cooperation with your regular physician. However, referral is not required for this treatment. So whether you're dealing with a weekend injury, a chronic medical condition, or looking for anti-aging solutions, you owe it to yourself to explore what hyperbaric oxygen treatment can do for you or your loved ones. I invite you to contact us today for some more information.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
And we're back. You're watching Tennessee Valley this morning. I'm Rob. This is the Slinky, and with us now is Brittany Revels.
What?
Brittany Revels from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Why don't you tell them, the millions watching around the world, what's going on?
I am here to sort of promote an event for St. Baldrick's Foundation, which is a foundation that raises money for childhood cancer research. And I'm trying to host an event in April on the 21st that to raise donations. My goal so far is to $1,500 or higher. And I will be shaving my head for the event. And I'm hoping that other volunteers will come along to either help out or also be willing to shave their head for kids' cancer, because basically what they encourage is solidarity for everybody to show their support of children that have to shave their head because of cancer treatments.
No, I think Rob is in favor of shaving his head.
What do you think?
If you grow it out for a month, you can come out and do it.
Solidarity.
It'd be awesome.
Solidarity.
You're halfway there anyway.
Yeah.
So what is St. Baldrick's Foundation?
Yeah.
It is an organization that provides ways for the, I guess, grant money, in a sense, to forward research done for different types of childhood cancers to start looking for cures for them as well. Sort of like the American Cancer Foundation.
How did you get involved?
I saw someone's page forever ago on a blog where this woman had done it. And I was like, well, that's a neat cause, and years pass on. And recently my mom was in a huge accident, and I thought she was going to have brain surgery. So I was like, well, if they have to shave her head, I'll shave my head with her, just so she won't be alone. And then they didn't, thankfully, and so that sort of carried on with it. And I was like, if I can do it for my mom, why can't I do it for other kids? So, because it's more than just hair for some people. And if I can...
No, is anything being done with the hair when it gets shaved? Does it go to like Locks of Love or any of these sorts of places?
They're not affiliated with anybody specifically for that. If anybody wants to donate their hair, they can contact an organization and sort of arrange that themselves. So they can talk to the barber before they do it and be like, hey, save my ponytail so that I can take it and give it to Locks of Love or Pantene's Beautiful Lengths, that sort of situation. I think that's the two big ones I remember. I think there's a third one. I don't remember.
Okay.
That one.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Rob, but I'm going to go a little bit on a limb here, but can we get camera 2 on her for a second as I ask this question? You are going to be really ugly with your head shaved.
Possibly. But I'm confident enough to know that it will be okay.
This is hard-nosed journalism here. These are the hard-hitting, tough questions, Rob, that you've got to have the courage to ask.
Did you
if you
just
want
tell
to
this
be.
young lady that she's going to be really ugly with her head shaved?
I'm just trying to get the full story here. It's important to ask.
Oh my goodness, that just happened? Was that planned ahead of time? As a joke to me?
That was surprising to me too.
What are you doing?
It's a question. Are you okay with that?
I'm having sort of like nervous moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to look without my hair? But I think it's a natural process for people, because especially for women, so much is invested in hair. So
she is very good friends with my wife, and I know Brittany and am friends with her too. So that's why it's not like I just asked a complete stranger if she was okay.
God is my witness. On the next show, I'm gonna Whitney Horn you. We're going to do a segment
once you find it
called Whitney Horned. Ryan being Whitney Horned for this. It's like when Santana won all those awards for his album collaboration with the Matchbox 20 guy, but in reality he was really winning it because they didn't ever give him an award for Black Magic Woman.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. I'm going to Whitney Horn you next show over and over and over again. But it's not going to be because of what you're doing next show. It's because of what you just did on television. You had the camera zoom in on her and say... You zoomed in on her and you said, now correct me if I'm wrong, but you're going to look really ugly.
And you didn't. I can't believe that you didn't have my back on this, Rob.
Well, listen. I kind of agree. I'm kidding. No, that's my point. Is I wouldn't say that junk.
But it's a realistic assumption of people where beauty doesn't come without hair. A lot of times.
Isn't part of that.
Do you feel that way, that beauty doesn't come without hair?
Well, for a lot of women anyway,
well, the thing is, I was going to say, here's the deal, though. Isn't that part of why this is so important? Is because kids that they lose their hair and they don't feel pretty, they don't feel good looking, they don't feel handsome, they don't feel pretty, they don't feel okay with life, they don't feel normal.
Right.
And so that's why this is done.
And that's the sort of drive behind a lot of what the incentive behind St. Baldrick's is solidarity with the kids, because there's a range, before you're 18, you have all those obviously ages, before you're not considered a kid anymore, and from even 1 to 18 you have a range where your self-esteem is all over the place, and if you don't have hair, sometimes that can really affect
Well,
you.
it's tough enough with hair
Even
in
then.
that range. That's what I'm saying. For me, it was like I was fat. But everybody didn't just eat a bunch of food as a show of solidarity. You know what I'm saying? It was like I just had to be a fat kid, and it was tough.
Right.
I can't even imagine what it would maybe be like to have no hair, and be that age. It would be very difficult.
I think you can imagine what it's like to have no hair.
Well, now, but it's distinguished now.
Right. You're very handsome.
Thank you.
Very handsome.
You go ahead.
This segment is incredible,
Incredible. Well, here's the deal. You also, though, there's a problem.
Yes, I don't have a venue yet. I am trying to work with Chattanooga State Community College for a place, but so far I don't have much of a word back yet. So if there is...
We're calling you out, Chattanooga State.
What?
Someone out there who watches this works at Chattanooga State. I don't know who.
Or has some place in Chattanooga that would be willing to donate a little bit of space on April 21st?
21st.
How many people are you expecting so that somebody with space says, yeah, I can accommodate that?
So far, just based on the Facebook page invites alone, there's roughly 1,500 people invited. Granted, most of them are probably going to be out of town or not be able to make it. But so I'm looking at maybe 500 people as an...
So you need a venue that can hold about 500 folks.
Right.
And these folks are going to come, they're going to donate money, they're going to watch you get your hair cut.
Watch me get my hair cut, anybody else. My boyfriend's doing it. We have another friend. I have one friend on the ropes about having his head shaved about it.
Do it, other friend.
Now, your boyfriend is going to be very good looking with no hair.
Extremely good looking with no hair.
Well, there you go.
So there's...
I'm trying to be more positive now.
There's all sorts of things people can volunteer for.
Do you have barbers yet?
I don't have barbers yet, so anybody who wants to be it's a Tennessee licensed barber. I need barbers. I need volunteers for the event. I need a venue. I don't have any sponsors. I don't really know how to go about contacting. This is my first huge event like this, and it was just sort of like on a whim. I want to do this, and it's turning out to be a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Where can people go to find out more?
Yeah, if folks at home want to help you, where can they go?
They can go to St. Baldrick's and search by my name or Chattanooga, Tennessee, and they'll probably find it because I think I'm the only Chattanooga event.
Okay.
So.
And you said you have a Facebook event page
I
as
do
well?
also have a Facebook event page. You can look for River Valley Rally for Research.
River Valley Rally for
That's
Research.
creepy.
Well, yeah. We're kind of creepers.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen.
So
this is fantastic what she's doing.
So everybody, we were just talking about, with David Orr, here's a guy who had an idea and he went for it. And so now here's a girl who's got an idea and she's going for it. And she is not Cleveland Utilities connected.
Right, yeah.
And so she has come here so that we can kind of say, hey, everybody, let's give her a hand.
Well,
Let's
it's a
help her
good
out.
cause. Yeah, you know what? Not everybody can be like David. Just have a cool bike in his garage,
Right.
and launch a whole thing.
Like, I don't have
Fancy
anything to give
boots
away.
and a great
He's
tan.
far more organized than
Well,
I
and
am.
I'm going to tell you a little secret about him. He's been involved with American Cancer Society for a really long time.
He DJs
so
their
he's
events,
been part of a lot of events.
Gotcha.
So don't think that he just woke up one day and held this event. I saw you over there looking a little intimidated.
I was. It was
Because
very
he had his
intimidating.
T-shirts and he had his flyers.
I was like, I
and
don't
his
have any of
stuff. No, listen. Last week on the show, we had several of these sort of things. This is kind of season for raising
beautiful
awareness.
weather,
Yeah.
Right.
And I made matching grants. Okay?
Okay.
And
Don't get excited yet. You haven't heard them.
And the thing is, we made matching grants with some people, and I'm going to make you a matching grant right
All
now.
right.
For every piece of hair that you cut, Slinky is going to match that piece of hair. Now, it may not be his hair.
Okay.
It may be a lot of little pieces of hair from other people. But whatever you collect hair-wise,
Okay.
we're going to welcome you to come back on this show with that hair in a bag, and Slinky will have to match that. That is my promise to you.
I'm really missing the Whitney horn.
Well, it's matching grant season for you. We have to walk all of the same amount of miles as the people at the Cystic Fibrosis.
We have to draw pictures.
We have to draw as many pictures as are sold at the auction for school arts, and now you have to collect bags of hair.
This is really
When we
gross.
started to say that we were going to have a TV show, this is exactly the sort of stuff you said you wanted it to be like.
No.
Now, I would say this. I think that your chances of finding a donated space, we just had David on the show, he's definitely watching.
I hope so.
Right, he's watching. He's on the show. He's going to watch the show. It's going to be play today at noon. It's going to keep playing through the weekend. He knows how to organize these things. So you need to look at camera one, and you need to ask David to help you with this event.
So just David, could I have some help, please, with my event?
And then, to seal the deal, you should probably do the Cleveland Utilities
Oh,
dance.
come on.
No, I feel big.
I feel
good
like your
about that.
chances are really good.
I won't do it alone.
We'll be right back after this.
Up.
Cleveland
I'm stuck.
Utilities. Cleveland Utilities. Cleveland Utilities. Cleveland Utilities.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Get caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson. Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTMB East Tennessee Television.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what two of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, it took about 25, 30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
Very simple process, and it's well worth it.
I'm Byron Winters with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Contact me for all of your business insurance needs. From general liability to workers' comp, commercial auto, and business umbrellas, Landmark Insurance has you covered.
Hyperbaric Services of East Tennessee is now open in Cleveland. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is incredible treatment, clinically tested for a variety of physical and neurologic conditions, including autism, migraine headaches, even sprains and injuries. It is a simple, safe, and painless process that raises a patient's oxygen level, providing an array of health benefits. So whether you're dealing with a weekend sports injury, chronic condition, or looking for anti-aging, you owe it to yourself to explore what Hyperbaric Services can do for you.
Hi, I'm Brittany Jackson. Join me every Wednesday night at 6:30 and midnight, where we will highlight local sports, chat with coaches, and discover new tips every week. Only on In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson.
And we're back. Welcome to Tennessee Valley, this morning's final segment. It's time for the preview review.
Let me tell our folks at home what the preview review is.
I would be honored if you would do so, sir.
We review the films that are coming out this weekend so that you know what you were supposed to go watch.
We're back at the dinner table.
Yeah, we're back in the pizza sauce.
So disgusting.
Somebody tell Joe Palo that he can't have his football show in here or whatever it is he does where all this pizza junk gets on this table. We're the talent, camera one.
The talent.
And the talent isn't supposed to be up to their elbows in pizza sauce. The preview review. Based on all the previews, all the reviews, but not actually seeing the film, we rate it, giving it a hate or a great, and we let people know what they should or they shouldn't go see.
That's right. And this week we are going to be judging The Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games.
Now, a lot of people thought that this was a film about eating, and it is not.
No. Negative. Set in a future where the Capitol selects a boy and a girl from all of the 12 districts to fight in an arena for the pleasure of the crowd.
That's right.
And when we say arena, we mean this thing is like so gigantic that you would never know you were in an arena.
Right. And it's broadcast live on TV, and the story is about this main character who's this girl named Katniss, and she volunteers to go in the place of her younger sister.
And she's in there, and then there's another boy from her district, and even though they'll eventually have to kill one another, it's possible a romance could bloom in there. Because, you know, if you're going to die, go out loving somebody.
That's right.
This is a commentary on the, on this idea that the state... when I say the state, the government doesn't truly care. They don't truly care for people, that they're off doing their own thing, and it's really supposed to be a social commentary about the world we live in right now. We're seeing a lot of this. It's pure postmodern writing. We've seen this with, what was the one with the girls, the all-girl cast that came out last year that was like Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch made the same commentary, different style. Slinky! What are you going to give it?
Well, this one stars Jennifer Lawrence, who played Mystique in X-Men First Class.
Yes, she did.
And she was one of the highlights of that film.
Really good.
It also stars Josh Hutcherson, who was in both of the Journey to the Center of the Earth films. And he was really the highlight of those films, but hint, hint, it's because they were so bad, not because he was good.
Correct, yeah.
And then it's got some other folks in it, Liam Hemsworth, Alex Ludwig, who was one of the kids from the Escape from Witch Mountain a few years ago. And... it's directed by the guy who directed Big.
You give it a hate or a great?
I'm hesitant, but I'm gonna grade it.
I'm gonna give it a great too. I make a lot of fun of it, but I think that it's gonna be the big blockbuster. Go see. It looks like it's well made.
That's right.
I think the story may be a little thin.
I wish we had an announcement to do as we leave.
We have one last announcement. This one's for Joe Palo. Custom Coats and Graphics will have a barbecue cookout from 12 to 6 p.m. at their shop. Barbecue ribs and brisket and all the fixings. Stop by and enjoy. It does not give a price, so I'm going to assume it's free.
Is there
Head
a
on
date?
down.
Is there-
No,
when is
there's
it?
he didn't give
So
us
we
a
don't
date.
know
He
when
didn't-
it is or what
We're
it
not
costs.
sure when this is.
But you need to go.
We're not sure what it costs. They are back behind the Capitol Tire. That's what we know.
We'll see you next week on Tennessee Valley This Morning.